And now what? Very good. Do you see the pattern? What are we doing? What's our pattern? We're multiplying by 3. Can you write the first 5 terms as a sequence? Do you know what a sequence is?
Yes.
A sequence is a list of numbers. So what would I write if I were going to write the first 5 terms? Nope. 3, 9, 27, 81, 243. Because when you have a sequence of numbers, the first number, the x it's always the first term.
Oh, it's 243?
Yes.
Oh, I looked for 290.
Then it says, this is going to be our equation we're going to be working with, y equals ab to the x. And it could be written as a capital B in certain cases, where a is going to be the y-intercept, and b is going to be the common. You could do ratio or multiplier. So can you figure out how to write this equation? Y equals...
Oh, it would be y equals 1, 3 to the third power.
How about to the x? I actually don't need the 1 though, do I? It's just y equals 3 to the x, since it's a 1. So let's test it out. What's 3 to the 0?
1.
What's 3 to the first power? What's 3 squared? So it's working? Good. Let's go over here and graph it. We're not going to do anything special. We're just going to put 0 at 1. We're going to do 1 is at 3. 2 is at 9. And then, of course, we're going to run off our grid, right? So our graph kind of looks like this. Is this a line?
Yes.
No, it is not. This is going to be an exponential curve. Will this curve, as it goes to the left, will it ever go below the x-axis?
No.
How do you know?
Maybe. Because you can't have negative numbers or triangles.
Because you can't have negative triangles. Do you have a crick in your neck? I was going to say, you're turning, yeah, I bet. I hate those. Okay, if it goes below, that means we would have negative y values. So 3 to the what is going to give me a negative value? 3 to the negative 1 would give me 1/3. Try again.
1/3.
3 to the 1/3, that would be the cube root of 3. Still not negative. Oh, I'm sure.
What about -2?
What can you raise a positive number to produce a negative? Nothing. So therefore, it's never going to go down below. Okay, they gave a sequence of numbers here. Do you see it?
Wait, where do we put our name?
On the back of the triangle. Hello? Do you see the sequence of numbers? They want you to find the next 2 terms. What are they? 2 and
1. No.
so what is it?
2/3. 2 and 2/3.
2 and 2/3. So what is the common multiplier?
3. 1/3.
We're multiplying by 1/3.
What? What do you mean?
What's 6 times 1/3?
Oh, I thought. Okay, never mind.
So therefore, y equals, okay, so do we have the y-intercept? So what if we said, how could we write it since we don't have the y-intercept?
Stop talking,
Let's say we have our first term is at 54. And we're multiplying by 1/3. Stop talking. But I can't really do it to the x because isn't 54 1 to the right from the y-intercept, right? It's 1 to the right. So how about if I do x minus 1? Doesn't that make it go 1 to the right?
What?
Yeah.
Correct? Doesn't this mean the first term is 54? Now, what's the other way? Could we figure out what the y-intercept is? If we're multiplying by 1/3 to go forward, how do we go backwards? How about multiply by 3? We can't plug in 0 for x because we don't have a formula. So what's 54 times 3?
You got it close. 112. You should have done purple. 162.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And then it's 1/3, and now we can say to the x. Got it? So what did you figure? Now, I want you to go up to the top of your page and put a dot right there under the G. I recommend you doing this just in a pencil because you're going to need to be able to see those dots. So if you do it in a marker or something, you're going to have a problem in a minute. Then I want you to do that handy dandy ruler that I left on your desk, and I want you to draw down that path that it provides you. They're right over there on the bookshelf. Then I want you to go down this other side doing the exact same thing. Now this one's a little different because it's not going to finish at the edge. Start at the G.
Okay. Just straight.
It shouldn't have. Yeah, just draw down that line that it matches. And then you can come across and match those two. Okay? Yes,
Yeah,
drawing a triangle is so hard.
This isn't very exact.
It's totally exact.
I did it.
Well, look, like, why is
You
it?
better do a neater job. I want to hang these, and that's all squiggly. Mine gets to be squiggly. You have a ruler.
Oh.
Or you did.
Well, no, I don't.
You got a calculator right there. You should. Whatever. Okay, you ready? Don't throw it.
I mean, I could just move over there and make things.
Go away.
You're exiled.
No, you need to stay where you can see. Okay, are we ready? Now I want you to count. Now watch. I'm going to count my dot up at the top. 1. You see how I'm counting this dot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you get to that point, count above and below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay, that is my middle. You should have 8 above it and below it. Once you've confirmed that, then use your nice little handy dandy ruler and draw a line across. Your line should be nice and pretty, not like mine.
What you said it has to be
8 above and 8 below.
Now look at that.
So now from this side over here, I'm going to draw just right down that path that's already set up for me. And I'm going to do the same from the other side. And yours should look like mine, but prettier. And now I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to decorate this triangle that I am currently decorating.
How do I decorate it?
That is totally up to you. You just decorate it pretty, though.
No, I mean, how do I decorate it?
There's colored pencils. You can use your artistic abilities. No, artistic.
So you can just draw something in it, or what? Just draw something, or what? Right. Yo, can I use the colored pencils?
No, I don't really know.
You need 3 colors? Nothing. Yo, can you give me some?
Uh-huh. What?
I don't have this paper. They're all gone.
Here you go.
Yeah, that was mine. Buddy. Okay.
What?
Why'd you have it to me like that?
My fault, man.
Bro, what is this color, bro? This is like diarrhea green.
Oh, are we only coloring the
We're
middle?
recording. You can't have this when we're recording. Don't say it again. What?
Are we only coloring the middle one?
Just that one. Yes, the one I'm coloring. That's the only one you get to color.
So only color that middle one.
Yes.
No, I just want it to be one color.
So when you look at this, how many unshaded triangles do we have, Sam? No, there's no sorry.
3.
Okay, so Sam, you were not listening is what you're telling me. I was asking a question. Did you hear me talking?
I just heard something.
You heard something, but you don't know what I asked.
That's exactly what I heard.
Somebody said 3. 3 what? We have 3 unshaded triangles. So let's see. I'm gonna. Nice. Okay, here we go. You ready? Here we go again. So I'm gonna start counting up at the very top. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should have 4 on each side of that thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should end up with 4 on each side of it. What? Polynomials was it? Oh, you're asking my opinion. What's the hardest?
I thought it was the one with the.
Okay, so we can decorate these 3. We haven't gotten to conics yet. They're not easy.
The imaginary
We
one.
haven't even gotten there. You can't be lost before we get there. We're just coloring right now. Well, the perk to that is have to keep going because we got to have time to do the other. So here we go. Here's my midpoints, 2 on either side. This is great if you got your ruler going because you can set up your ruler and you can, draw all the lines instead of having to continue to move your ruler. So you draw across, you get this, you get this. Draw across. Got all that?
No.
Oh, we forgot. Before that, how many unshaded triangles did we have? Oh.
9.
Okay. So this goes shoop.
Ew. I'm not even done with the first batch. I'm not using a ruler for this. What?
Oh, the ruler really comes in handy for this one. Because see, the ruler can do, look, are you seeing? It could do there.
And being
Super fine.
I'm trying to what?
No, she's not trying to make a point. She's trying to make a triangle.